Hi everybody, this is Waldorf and
Statler.
This is not Statler. Today I have a guest commentator.
Hi everybody.
For Battle Report 338.
338.
It's nice, you know that.
I am Statler.
This is the Orcs and Goblins versus the Vermin Swarm. Alpha version. Alright.
Are we not allowed to say players' names when you play against them?
I usually don't.
Okay.
For whatever reason.
Okay.
Most people know them because of their armies and stuff, but...
Okay, I'll call them out.
I never use people's names because, anyway. So there's my army list. The Cave Goblin Witch Doctor with Power Shrooms. I just want to point out I've played 3 games, because I really made him a Cave Goblin because he gets Power Shrooms. Played 3 games, never used the shrooms.
You can make tokens or something.
So I do. It's pretty dumb. They make it you can use them, and it makes the spell D3 harder to cast, and you can use them both at once just to get rid of
Harder to cast for you?
Harder for him to dispel.
I see. Okay.
So it can make it up to 6 harder to dispel. Anyway, so he's a wizard. He's a master of witchcraft. He's got light armor, magical heirloom, giving him the extra spell, and he's got the Pana Protection Pension. So he tries to get some kind of defense if he gets into a fight.
You love this thing.
He's probably going to just die if he gets into a fight anyway, but at least that gives him some kind of chance.
Fine.
Feral Orc Warlord, the guy I always play. Feral Orc guy on a board, paired weapon and Shady Shankin. 5 attacks, strength 6 on the first round of combat with lethal strike. Lethal strike and lightning reflexes. He's got the Tuck Guard to make him toughness 6. And Troll Ale Flask, which is a strength 5 auto hit, AP 10. And the Potion of Swiftness in case he needs to go first. Yay.
So your standard big fighty guy.
That's my big fighty guy I always use.
And this is what you're taking to Buckeye, right?
This is all going to Buckeye.
Okay.
Feral Orc Chief on a Warboar, Shield, Battle Standard Bearer, paired weapons, Hero's Heart, light armor, and Basalt Infusion. So he ends up only being a 3-up armor in combat, 2-up if you're shooting at him. But 3-up armor in combat. But he's got 5 strength 3 AP, 5 strength 5 AP 3.
And he's got battle focus.
With battle focus.
Yeah.
So, and he's got a 5-up ward, so.
Still just a dumb orc, though.
Dumb orc. And then one more Feral Orc Chief on a Warboar. He's got the Essence of Mithril and Dragonfire Gem. And he was supposed to have a great weapon. I don't see it on there. That's going to be interesting. I need to make sure he's got that. If I don't, I'm playing a guy without a great weapon. I think I copied this straight out of the thing, so it might not have given it.
Oh boy.
Okay. Anyway, 15 Orc Boar Riders, Feral Orcs, Shield, Full Command, Banner Speed. No big deal, but 15's a block, they've got 4-up armor.
Tough 4.
4-up armor with a 6-up ward save.
Those guys are badass, man.
38 goblins, common goblins, shields. So they got hand weapon shield. 2 shady gets in there with them. Those are little sneak attack assassin kind of guys.
To be determined if they're worth taking. And
a Banner of the Relentless Company, so that unit can move March 15 one turn.
40 goblins just marching at you.
Whatever. Just walking around.
Dangerous.
2 units of 8 Goblin Raiders, full, not full command, but shield, light lance, and bows.
No musicians.
No, they're light troops. They don't need them.
Okay.
The only thing it would do is it would make me not be -1 if somebody tries to march block me.
Right.
So it's somewhat useful, but not 10 points useful when I'm exactly core.
Oh, fair.
8 mounted head bashers, common orcs, shield lance, lightning reflex. Shield lance and full command with flaming standard. So these are the tough 4, 2-up armor guys, strength 4 base, weapon skill 4 base. They hit pretty hard. With lance, they go to 6. First round of combat, born to fight, they go to 7.
Yeah, it's a hammer.
They can thump you pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's 8 of them, so typically there's usually 2 characters hanging out with them. Unit of 15 Iron Orcs with a musician, Gargantua with the web launcher, and 2 giants with clubs.
I'm really interested to see what these Iron Orcs do. Like,
the whole goal of this is to get on somebody fast and just start beating on them.
8 inches at a time.
For the Iron Orcs. But everybody else is just supposed to lurch up and get on you.
Right.
And
Yeah, there's Iron Orcs, so 15 of them with musicians. I think it's... I don't know. I'd like to see it.
It's fun. It's been useful. A lot of times, unfortunately, because the rest of the army moves fairly quickly, they end up hanging out. They end up hanging out behind and guarding a objective or something.
Hold the ground.
So, but anyway, it's a solid unit. Spell that took Raven's Wing, Deceptive Glamour for the -1 or 2 to his offense, defense, and initiative. Sorry, agility. Bring the Pain for rerolls to hit. Will-O-Wisp for random movement. And Twisted Effigy so he can't shoot. And if you do the boosted version, he's -2 to cast.
Great spells.
And even the boosted version casts on a 7.
I was about to say, man, the casting value is so low, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really good spell.
And they're all hexes, so no one needs line of sight. No one needs to worry about being in combat or not, except for Raven's Wing. I guess you can't Raven. There's a lot of restriction on who you can Raven's Wing.
It's still very useful, especially if your goal is to push up.
Yeah, you can't re-roll a guy. You can't move a unit that's failed to charge or something like that, or whatever. Could be.
No,
bad.
I think it fits your army really well.
It does. And we'll see. With this army, I think it fits. So his list. Let's do this because I didn't get a list from him, but he did send me this, and I didn't have a time to copy it. But he's got the 3 Swarm Priests, all Wizard Adepts. One of them's on the Whispering Bell. He's got the Swarm. This guy's got the Swarm Master, which gives him 1 Strength 3 AP 1 grind attack for every full rank in the unit. And he's in a unit with like 12 ranks.
60
So it's
racks
so dumb.
for less than 400 points.
Yes. So, anyway, so that's him. Crown of Hubris was the one where you can add +2 to a spell.
Every turn.
Every turn he can add +2 to casting of one spell, either him or somebody else in his unit.
Yeah, and with 3 casters, it's really useful, I think.
Yeah. Another Wizard Adept on Occultism. He's got the Order's Toga. Which is just dumb. I don't know what the cult thing does for him, but the Toga lets him stand behind in the second rank.
The cult lets you pick the other lore.
Oh, other than what you normally get?
It gives you thaumaturgy and... Oh boy, I just had...
Witchcraft? Maybe?
Yeah, witchcraft instead of occultism.
Okay. So he took that so he could go with occultism. I guess it's 5 points to pay for that.
Right.
It's not really a big deal. The Pantheon thing lets you... I forgot what that was. What does that do?
He gets witchcraft.
Oh, that lets you have witchcraft? So you get witchcraft free. Okay. Bloodfur Commander with the Doomblade and Potion of Swiftness.
Doomblade. Okay.
So, yeah, Potion of Swiftness, so he goes first, so you can't kill him. Doomblade's not as bad against him as it used to be. It used to be that you took a test every turn. Now you take a test only on turns you fight, I think.
Yeah, but every one that you hit is a lightning hit.
Against you.
Against yourself, right.
Right. But at least you're not... The old one, you could die before you ever got into combat.
Right, exactly. Potentially.
At least it's not possible anymore.
But you can kill yourself in the middle of the fight.
You
because
can.
he's resilience 4.
Right.
Okay.
And his Vermin Senator is he's the general with the Palanquin. He's got the Destiny's Call. He's got the Storm Rocket. The rocket's back.
It's back. It's so good.
Dumb. So dumb that came back.
It's so good.
3x3 strength 5 AP 3 or something.
I want you to pronounce that word.
I'm not gonna try it.
But it makes stomp attacks within 6.
Oh, that's the
minus 2 to wound.
Yes.
That's so annoying.
Yes.
The anti-ogre device.
It's anti-ogre, anti-monster device. It's just dumb. 50 black fur veterans. 50. Full command with an eagle standard and a rending banner. These are the old Vermin Guard. They're the heavy armor with halberds.
I mean, strength 4, but tough 2 now.
Tough 2.
Everything's resilience 2 now.
Yep. 60 Vermin Legionnaires, 60 for 395 points, full command and Eagle standard.
So ridiculous. You get 15 guys for only 80 points less than 60.
What?
You're 15 Black Orcs.
Oh, right. Correct. Yeah. 15 Vermin Valets. I don't know what they are. Anyway, these are core guys that score. They've got slings and a musician. That's all that matters. They're resilience 2, strength 3 guys. 4 Murmillo Brutes. These are the old Vermin Hulks.
Yeah, and these guys are
Thunder Hulks or whatever. So they each have a flamethrower.
each of them.
They've got a musician.
Strength
and a
3
standard
AP
bearer.
1.
Yeah, but each one has one.
Yeah, that's a lot of shots.
And Eagle standard with them. 2 units of the Shadow Fur Stalkers.
They have the throwing weapons, right?
And and these are the guys that come up through the little holes too.
Right, his little tunnels.
Yep. Then he had 3 canister launchers, a unit of 4 Giselle. The canister launchers are the 2x2 toxic. A unit of 4 Giselles, a unit of 3 Giselles,
Which are still incredible.
which are still good. Arena Beast, which is the old
Help it.
Abomination. Thank you. But it's only D3 strength. D3 plus 3 strength 7. So the strength went up, tax went down, but you get the plus 3 to kind of round it out.
Almost. It's 3d3 plus 3.
It actually, the average is
9.
9. The average used to be 10. But of course you can't roll 3.
Well, strength
And you
7
can't
now.
roll 18. Strength went up by 1, but his ward went down by 1. His
His regen's a 5.
instead of what it used to be. And the Stygian Earthbreaker
I
is
forgot what this thing is.
that's the thing. It's got a 1-up armor from the front,
Oh, yeah. From shooting and close
and
combat.
it does like 2d3 strength 6 attacks, grinds.
Yeah, grinds. That's it.
Okay, so there you go. That's his army. All weird stuff. So put that off to the side again. Get that out of there, and go back to here and see what's next.
It's incredible all the stuff you're doing over here.
It's a little bit of work. So anyway, so he ended up with Hand of Heaven and Awakening the Swarm, which is the hereditary. Hand of Glory for the ward save, Pentagram of Pain, Cleansing Fire for breath weapon, and Smite the Unbeliever to reduce my toughness.
And then his platform has the bound spell as well.
Is that what that does?
That's toughness or strength.
Toughness or strength, right. And what? Oh yeah, and he has the bound spell.
That's the no BSB or general.
I took 2 pictures. Okay, whatever. So,
We're right into it, huh?
jumped right into it, didn't we? Guess that's it. Yeah. So this is the deployment with my Vanguard. So I Vanguarded up the Wolf Riders, you can see right there. It's in the center. There's my big unit of Boar Boys. The other unit, beside them. Orcs over on the far right.
Black Orcs on the far. What scenario are you playing?
We are playing. What's the one that's not? I can't think of the name of it. Where you pick up the 3 tokens in the middle of the field. Spoils of War. The 3 red ones. There's 2 there. There's 1 off to the left. The 3 red ones are those. The gray ones are his tunnels.
I see. Okay.
There's a tunnel there, and then on the left there's a red and a gray as well. You'll see it in a minute.
So he's got 2 extremes for his tunnels.
Correct.
What do you keep to pop out of them? Just the slinger guys?
Just the slinger guys in this
Okay.
one. Now you can always go into one and come back out of it. A different one, I think, but
Okay.
but he kept the 2 slinger guys in. So that was that, and the deployment was standard battle line.
So battle line spoils.
Was it battle line?
Or is it the...
Must have been battle line.
Yeah. Unless you guys had the offset, but he's got a unit straight ahead
Yeah,
of you.
I dropped everything to go first, and then he responded by putting that stuff there. He was over there in the woods is the Arena Beast and whatever that other Stygian thing is.
Right.
Are both there in the woods.
So he didn't tunnel that guy.
Yeah, and off to the far left are his the whatever they're called now, the Thunderholts.
Right. Flamethrowers.
Flamethrower guys. Right there, squeezed in between the 2 big units, is the
Giselles?
No, the other kind. The 2x2 toxic guys.
Toxic guys. Okay.
They're there. Back there, the Jezzails are the unit
actually
3 and the 4 off on the right.
Way in the background.
And that unit of whatever up here in the front. That's the unit, the other core unit with slings.
Okay.
Yeah, which I was like, okay.
Well, I think the Giants should be able to take them.
Sacrifice those. Those get like +1 to hit or +1 to wound at close range?
Maybe look it up.
I am. Because I forgot they're a little bit better at close range.
They're the Valettes?
Yeah.
We're probably saying that completely wrong. +1 strength when shooting from short. +1 strength, so it goes strength 4.
So they go up to strength 4, so they wound the Giants on 5s then.
AP 0. Yeah, let them wound the Giant with some slings.
What are you saying?
You can get all beefed up.
Beef him up, let him attack more? Alright. So that's that. So we got that. So that's on that side, and I think I got a picture. Oops. Went 2 pictures. What am I doing? Back up.
I'm dizzy.
So there we go.
Alright, so there's the big
And there's the other side. There's the other one.
Okay.
There, off to the left of it is the other gray token.
Okay.
And there's the Thunderhawks. There's my spider sitting up on the hill. Sitting up on the hill so he can re-roll his charge and just kind of keep whatever he wants to at bay on that left-hand side.
It's such a big unit of rats. There's so many of them.
It's just dumb.
How many ranks deep is it?
I don't.
With the platform?
I mean, it's.
I'm sure we'll see it later.
The platform, I think, counts for 15 guys, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's. Or no, I think it's 3 wide and 5 deep.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, but I think it's 3 wide, 5 deep.
15, so it's 75, and he's 6 wide.
Yeah.
So it's like 12 deep.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
It's dumb.
Okay.
The other unit's pretty big too.
So his little upgrade things gives him 12 grind attacks.
Yes. Strength 3, AP1 grind attacks.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you really look at it, if they're fighting a unit of orcs, those 12 auto hits are going to cause 4 wounds.
Yeah, but looking at what you have here,
so
what you have here,
I don't have a lot of wounds.
You're going to crush some boars, potentially.
No, because it's not a good AP. Anyway.
It's AP1. Your boars don't have great saves.
One's got 2 ups.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever. So that's what we got. And so there we go. Turn one, we'll just push forward. Here we go. You can see the Wolf Riders on the far right just moved forward, got out of the arc of the Slingers, so they can see and charge the Jezzails in the back next turn.
I see.
One's on the left, just parked in front of the Jezzails. Those Jezzails can shoot them, but they can't. They can shoot past them and shoot at the Giants if they want to, but they can't just light up my cab this way.
Protect them. Okay.
Just trying to keep my cav a little bit safe. Spider didn't move and tried to fire its stupid web launcher and failed.
Why do you still take artillery?
Because
I feel like you never hit with it.
I know. It's up 15 points. Anyway, so the Black Orcs on the far right moved up as far as they can. And then the Goblins keep marching up.
Giant. Yeah, everybody's moving.
Everyone's going forward. And there we go. And
so what did he do?
Was that not done?
Oh, you must not. Yeah, everything's similar except the Giant.
What?
Did you Ravenswing him?
Oh, yes. I must have Ravenswinged the Giant. I did. I Ravenswinged the Giant and pushed him forward even further.
Oh, so he skipped magic?
And he actually went forward, bumped his unit, and came back. And I think he killed like 1 or 2 guys with the Ghost Step or whatever it was.
He killed some slingers.
He killed a couple slingers. It's a couple less shots on him.
That's fair. Okay.
But, it's not like he can avoid me now. So, and then the hero over on the far right started with the unit of Black Orc, of the Order of Iron Orcs.
Okay.
And he just marched out of him at the beginning of the turn and walked forward on his own. The Orcs moved their 8-inch to try to keep up with him.
You're kind of shielded from the Jezzails with your hero.
It just gives me another piece out there to go charge something. Because I need to get rid of all these little...
You dropped everything and went first, right?
I dropped everything and went first.
Why did Guy send his stuff up to look on the other side of the table?
Well, one thing, he wanted to keep the Abomination away from the Flaming Banner.
Oh, okay.
What's that?
I was just his Jezzails. I'm like looking at the wrong end of the table, I think.
Yeah, especially now that I just breezed right by everything. So I ran by everything. So his turn, his unit of 3 Jezzails unit. And I don't know. I probably should have stayed, but I wanted him to run because I want him to be able to move next turn. I didn't want him to get tied up. And I thought with a charge, he might actually beat me.
Oh, you're afraid of some Giselles?
Not really, but goblins.
Your fleeing says otherwise.
Goblins. So they ran. But this way, you can't shoot them, so they achieved their purpose.
You did great.
Actually, did more than their purpose because if he didn't charge me, he was going to. I thought he was going to shoot at the giant, but anyway. So they fled, and that was the only charge he had. You can see his big block. He's kind of pivoted it to face off to the right. He came forward on the left. Get over there. Where is it? There we go. On the left, he came forward with the Thunder Hulk or whatever they are out there on the far left.
Oh yeah,
that's
the token.
The big arena beast and the other one. So yeah, they came up and stood on the token because they were going to pick it up just so they can pick it up next time because they are scoring.
Okay. That's a great unit.
And his other unit came forward, as you can see, getting close to that token. We were in the middle of Vermin guard guys. The other guys, the Globadiers or whatever those launchers are, backed up.
Right, the toxic guys.
The toxic guys. And they fired and picked off 4 of my
yeah, that hurts.
Boar boys. I'm not happy about that. So back to my turn 2. I measured this and I was 9 away. Corner to corner. So
are you in the flank?
I am on the front.
Okay.
So, but it's a rerollable 9.
Yeah.
So
did you call the wah?
I think I did on this turn. So he makes it. He goes rah, charges down the hill and gets there.
Oh,
he ends up in the ruins, but who cares? He doesn't care about that nonsense.
Giant does giant.
Giant and the hero go into that unit of slingers who shot at the giant.
Test.
Who actually shot the giant on his turn and did 2 wounds to me, as you can see.
Oh.
Maybe or anyway, I'm not sure. Between them and the Giselles, I took only 2 wounds. The 4 Giselles in the back.
Right. Okay.
So the other part of my turn, the Wolf Riders charge in. Because of where that unit of slingers is, I can't wheel in to complete.
So you have 2 attacks versus 1?
I've got 2 wolves on his 1 guy.
You don't even count the goblins. I have 2 wolves.
Well, it's 1 wolf and 2 goblins against his 2 guys because his 1 model is 2 guys.
Okay.
And we both have 4-up armor, so
it's going to be a slugfest.
It's going to be a slugfest, and we all both have crappy weapon skill. Anyway, it's just bad. Crappy weapon skill, crappy strength. So over here in the center, I couldn't charge him, but the giant just marched up past his unit of vermin.
I was
guard
on
the left, and you can see he's out of the angle of the unit on the right. So he's just found a little happy home in there, and the Wolf Riders moved up to where you see them up there, just in front of those 2 globe launchers. And I think I put the spell on them where they can't fire. The Twisted Effigy.
Oh, that's what that is back there. Okay.
That's what that spell is on them, so they can't fire. And the Boar Riders over here on the right gets the benefit of the Evil Eye.
You must have called the wah, because probably wanted that character in one of those slingers as well. The giant.
I probably did just to get the spider, because I really wanted the spider on that unit, because that's the only thing that's going to grab that objective.
Oh, they're gone!
So the spider splats them.
Oh, you crushed them?
And then overruns.
Oh, no!
It's pretty awesome.
I could see the look of Guy's disappointment already.
The only problem is the stupid abominations there, and I didn't roll high enough on my overrun.
Right.
I don't know that I'm going to get away anyway, but I didn't roll as high as I wanted to. But
that thing's strength 7.
It's strength 7. That hurts. His Globadiers that were over there, actually, I shot 1 and killed 1, and they panicked off, I believe. And ran off the board.
Okay.
So they're gone.
What'd you shoot? Oh, spell?
No, I got 8 Wolf Rider bow shots. What are you talking about?
Let's forget those are real.
It's a real thing. And then everybody else just comes forward again.
So he held back. His Giselles held?
Giselles held, of course. The slingers got run over. You can see the overruns. They did put a wound on my guy, my hero, though. He's got a wound on him up there.
Oh, does he?
Yes. It's annoying.
Oh, they did.
Yes.
Okay.
Iron Orcs come up into the fight. You can see them pulling up along the flank.
They're in a hurry.
Everybody's trying to get there, and I decided not to ship. I don't think we did a single wound to each other in the wolf Giselle fight. So
won by the charge.
I decided, and I won by the charge maybe, and I decided not to shift over, which was dumb. I probably should have, because he's got 8 attacks. That would have given me 15.
Right, and the rank, if you went 5
Well,
wide.
no,
White
troops.
Yeah,
So.
that's right.
But anyway, so I didn't do it this turn. I should have. For whatever reason, I was thinking they were doing. So he tries the long charge. He needs to roll a 9 to get to my boar boys. Problem is, if he makes that charge, it's pretty much over. So for me,
yeah, I was about to say, I think he'll crush you if he gets there.
If he makes that charge, he crushes me, and then he can turn to face one of those other 2 units. So I have to, even though my BSB's in there, I have to leave. They leave and they run through the building, and I lost like 4 guys.
The bravery of the orcs continues.
Exactly. But, I couldn't, anyway. I couldn't risk, I didn't feel like risking it. The problem is now I've got to make an 8 rally.
Or off the board.
So anyway, Giselles, you can see they moved around a little bit. They're going to take some pot shots at the giant because I think they can move and shoot.
And kind of redirect you from overcharging the big block.
Yep. His big, what do we call that thing? The Stygian whatever.
Yes.
Walks up behind the giant. And his halberdier guys in the center just keep pushing forward, and they pick up the token.
Fight me. There's 50 of them though, right?
There's 50 of them.
50 plus that platform.
50 plus the little platform.
And then
60 in the other plus the big platform.
I read that rule. It was like if he's steadfast, he gets double fight and extra rank. So
Correct.
It's a lot of attacks.
They're all going to be steadfast. So, and the black orcs end up on the token over here on the right, so they're going to pick it up. So at the end of this turn, we each have a token. And the one on the far left is in no man's land. So he, with his nasty shooting and everything he's got, he ends up not killing the general's unit down to the general.
There's none left.
There's none left.
Wasn't this the elite boar unit?
Yes, it was. On the bright side,
2 up armor.
On the bright side, the general doesn't have to make a panic check because he's feral orc.
He's by himself now.
He's by himself. He's not scared.
What shot that and killed them all?
He's not scared. I don't recall exactly what it was. I think it was a spell. He used a couple spells on me.
Spells and okay.
Because I don't think he's got much shooting. I took out most of his shooting fairly early.
Yeah, his 2 toxic guys are gone.
Yep.
A Giselian's tied up.
One's tied up. One's firing at the giant because it's pivoted. So it had to be spells.
He just crushed you.
Yeah, it just wiped him out.
That's bad.
He's not happy.
The other unit's fleeing.
Over here,
he made it.
The A-bomb makes it in, and the little guys pop up from the gutter.
How the tides turn.
Yeah. And then that's,
Oh, so now you did shift down, I guess.
And then, yes, we fit another combat round without killing anyone, so I shifted down. It's like, okay, one way or another, this has to end. So I shifted down. And there's the stupid A-bomb. Rolled in, only did 2 wounds to me.
You got out easy.
I think I did 3 to him.
How? The big poison.
He's only tough 5 and with a 5 up.
Sure.
Yeah,
I discredit the goblins. They probably did those wounds to it. You're right.
So anyway, but back to this. I don't have a picture of him, but he won that, and I fled, and he chased me and didn't catch me. So,
even at 3d6?
What?
His 3d6 beats yours?
He didn't roll as good. I beat him with 2d best of 3 to his full 3.
Oh.
So got that going for me. Over here, the the goblins. We measured this. So they triggered their banner, the goblins, on a 15-inch move. And with a 15-inch move, they can get to exactly where you see them there, which is like a quarter of an inch out of arc of that unit of things. But the problem was they were 1 extra rank deep if the mage was still in the unit. So the mage popped out over there to the far right, and the unit split over here to the left.
Bail.
So, and again, if he doesn't leave the unit, they can't get past him. So anyway, I thought it was funny.
Cheese.
So they hop out of there. The giant charged into the flank of his big block up there on the top, and the Wolf Riders came over to block that Stygian thingy. The other giant charged into the last 3 Jezzails. The general, my general, where did he go back there? I'm not sure what he's doing at the moment. He just I think he made his chest not to have to charge, and just popped over there out of everyone's art.
Right, just setting himself up.
I don't want to go into the front of that unit.
No.
With him.
Well, he's got 12 grind attacks on you. He's going to hurt you eventually.
Yeah. I mean, my toughness isn't... I mean, my strength isn't that... I'm sorry, my armor isn't good on the guy, the general. The general's a 4 up, 5 up.
I mean, it's an AP1, so you're 5 up, 5 up. He's winning on 6s, but he's going to get some 6s.
My toughness 6 doesn't really help me because he's going to roll one sooner or later. So the general's hanging out there.
You can't go in the front.
And then those guys are there. You can't see it, but the hero's back there somewhere behind that pillar, just, the tower. He just reformed.
Did you make it?
These guys failed their save, but they rolled like a 6 and stayed on the board. So, got that going for me. The frustration.
Oh, he left!
And this turn, well, I failed my rally with the spider.
I went far enough.
And then ran off the board. I mean, he's only a 6, so...
So was the trade worth it?
No. Maybe. Because he's only like 300 and some points.
Right.
I'm 500. But at least it pulled the abomination down this way.
And it gets him off the objective that he's going to just tow around.
Did clear the objective. So it's a iffy thing whether it was worth it or not. There we go.
So what's in the big fight? You have a giant versus
just a giant.
Big block?
Giant's in the flank. And that's all I got.
Okay, for now.
That's all I got. Yep.
But
I'm in the flank, so all he's going to be able to do is hit me with like 5 spear guys.
Right. Starts the job.
It starts the job. And if you look off to the left, off to the right, the heroes up there in the top, very top.
Right, your general.
The general's there, the giant's there, and the Wolf Rider's there. So now if he's got that giant in his flank, if he turns to face that giant, all this guy pours into his rear, into his other flank, into his rear, and the Black Orcs are bound here in his front, and they've got a makeable charge into if he faces the giant, into his flank.
This is dangerous. This is very dangerous.
He's got to figure out what he's got to do here. So it's a tough situation. And the general, this is one of the downsides of these big blocks. So this big block is facing down towards the Black Orcs. Okay?
Right.
With the giant in its flank. So my general pulled up where you see him up there on the top right. He's an inch away from him already.
Okay.
So he cannot reform and face the giants and gain any.
He's got to stay in that formation.
He's got to stay 5 deep or 6 deep or whatever he is. And that's what he did. You can see the wagon has moved all the way down to the center of the unit.
Right.
But he couldn't go any deeper, and because it forced him wide, now he has no rank bonus.
Now he's a horde.
So he's a horde now, which doesn't doesn't hurt his steadfast. You can still be doesn't break your steadfast. Just stops you giving the combat res.
Right.
So anyway,
now he's lost all those ranks for his grinds and all that other cool stuff.
Correct.
Okay.
So anyway, helps a little bit. And that stupid riders there just behind the giant just to mark the base. The giant's supposed to be 50 by 75. My giant's on a 50 by 50.
Okay.
It's just dumb. I've got bases for it.
Well, you might even lose this fight because I know every kill is only worth half.
Every kill is only worth half. But the giant's got, right now he's got 5 attacks plus 1 for his wound and then this thunderstorm. So
right, okay.
Well, remember that wagon's got 8 strength 5 attacks itself?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
With those stupid fanatics on it? Anyway.
No, yeah, all their great weapons.
So,
and then they go after you because they're great weapons. Oh, man.
The guys in the wagon, yep. So, his turn, he moves, the Stygian thing charges into my Wolf Riders. The, whatever they are, the Halberdiers walk towards the rest of,
Yeah, they turn and
start moving that way. That way, if the Black Orcs go into his flank, then he's in my flank.
Right.
And I'm seriously considering the possibility of having used my mage as a chaff for that unit. Which
level 4 mage.
It's a level
That's a master,
mage.
isn't it?
It is.
It's your only mage.
Yeah, I don't want to, but that easily could be the game if he just rolls up everything.
Bill Kinder, who loves to sacrifice.
I haven't done it yet. I'm just thinking about it.
Okay,
all right.
okay.
And then his his abomination thing turns around, starts coming back. His gutter runners are kind of hanging back because they don't want to get charged by the.
Doesn't he have a second unit that was supposed to pop up?
Yeah, I think they showed up this turn on the right.
Okay.
There they are. They just popped up right there.
Okay.
So they popped up right there, and they couldn't get within 8 of my guy, of my mage. So they
Mark test him?
No, they wanted to shoot him. They're going to shoot him with their stupid throwing weapons. So, which, I'm like, he's like running around out in the field. He's not happy. So, but they did throw out the Black Orcs and managed to kill one.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I was like, "What are you doing?" After he turned around, he was able to smash my giant.
Crushes it.
But again,
so there's reform now. Though.
If you look, he's got a unit within an inch of him on both flanks.
So he's really just stuck.
He can reform back to face forward, or just kind of turn 180 degrees.
So what did he choose?
He chose, I think he went 180 degrees and faced back towards the giant and the...
Everything coming.
Yeah,
the two characters, the giant.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's not a guarantee that the Black Orcs are going to get in.
Right. And you've already called your WA.
And I think I've already called the WA. I'm pretty sure. As a matter of fact, I've already called the WA. Oh, look at that. The first turn marker of the game.
Oh, jeez. What happened?
So, my turn, I moved the... what did he do? He did... Because I did not charge into his front.
Looks like you're in there.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did he not reform?
We stayed looking at the Black Orcs?
Yeah, maybe he stayed looking at the Black Orcs. Anyway, so the giant, the 3 guys on the top, the 2 characters of the giant go into his... I don't know. We'll have to see how it works out in a minute. I don't know if I went into his front or whatever, but I think it might have been his front. Maybe he just didn't turn the bell around.
Okay.
Wolf Riders, like you see, come forward there to chaff up his Vermin guard.
Yeah.
And the goblins turn and move, so now they're
threatening the rear?
They're threatening the rear of the halberdiers. And my mage guy just walks further away from the throwing weapon guys.
Something big happened.
So between all these attacks, since he doesn't have rank belt, he was steadfast, but he failed his steadfast. We overran to chase him, but he got away. That's him over there on the left.
Right.
And that's where we ended up. The hero with the great weapon overran into the Stygian, whatever that thing is.
I see. It's got 1-up armor.
So it's got 1-up armor from the front. I got a great weapon from the front. So I'm strength 7 on the first round. But I've only got 2 wounds left, so got that going for me. There we go. And yeah, he's running with that big thing. Chasing him. And back to his turn. He rallies.
He does.
With the thing. You can see the little guys coming up into the woods. And the abomination threaten my goblins.
They're getting closer.
They are. It's not good. The Wolf Riders, he ends up charging the Wolf Riders with this unit. He did not move the Doomblade guy. He did not get him in contact.
Oh, I forgot he's got the Doomblade.
Yeah.
And he's not in contact?
He's not in contact. He's on the top left.
Okay.
So he's not in contact. So he doesn't fight. But they, of course, where is this? Oh, the stupid slingers in the back. Kill another Black Orc. It's just dumb. This guy's just walking along behind me, pounding me with them. So he ends up fighting me, kills the Wolf Riders. I think a couple of them ran away. He did not chase me. And you can see like 3 Wolf Riders up there in the top right where they fled.
Yeah.
And then on my turn, everybody came in.
It's a big fight now.
Goblins came in the rear. Giant came in the flank. And the...
Now, these guys have bodyguard. as long as his general's there. So
Yeah,
that's his hope that he lives. But he's got Doom Blades. He doesn't have much for defense.
But so anyway, actually, it ended up my general. This is wrong because we did it, and at first I asked him. I was like, okay, because for whatever reason I drew a blank. I was like, if you get charged in 2 flanks, can you still shift a character in the front?
No.
Well, you can if there's somebody in the front that he can get in contact with.
I see. Okay.
So we were talking about it, and I said, okay, well, I'm going to do this, and if I can't, we'll look it up, in a minute and whatever. So the general ended up not coming in there. The general ended up going over to that Stygian war machine thing.
I see.
So even though it shows him right there in the front, it ended up not doing that.
So did he kill your BSB?
No, the BSB rallied last turn. They were in that orc unit that fled.
There it is, okay.
They rallied last turn, and
the table edge.
They had movement 9 or movement 8, and they zoomed back here. And I put an evil, whatever it was, the evil eye thing on it.
Right, so they moved 9.
So they moved 9, so they marched 18
back into
all the way
fight.
back into the fight. So you can see him right there. So the BSB's getting back into the area where he needs to be. The Iron Orcs just moved closer. They didn't want to charge the front of him because I didn't want to activate that. His characters up front.
Right, okay.
So they're and again, between all that, we blew him out, and this time we caught him and killed him.
Is this the picture of Shane, him picking up his models?
This is him picking up the models, yep. So bad. Oops, two clicks. And there's the general where he redirected into the other guy.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
On the top.
Now I see. Okay. I'm tracking now.
And the giant, there's a little red mark where he killed out the unit, and the giant overran him, along with the goblins. They both chased.
Don't discredit the goblins.
Goblins put the work in. And there we go. General killed the war machine, that Stygian thing, and took a wound from it.
Oh, okay.
And that was
so that thing was kind of weak when you got into it.
Well, I mean, it's got 2d3 strength 6, I think.
Yeah, grinds.
I'm tough 6, so
right,
which makes it harder for him.
So yeah,
and
I guess
then I've got a 5
average.
Up save. So
and then you just have it.
He snuck on through, and I did my general thing.
Probably did a couple wounds to him, broke him
and ran him down. And he ran him down far enough to get out of the arc of this big unit as well.
Can't catch a break.
No, it's pretty good. I'm not sad.
For one of you.
One of us can't catch a break. So back to his turn. His stupid little guys just walk around and start shooting at my general.
Let's hope it didn't make it.
Help it didn't quite make it. Those guys are sweating bad though. The goblins are facing to the bottom right of this board.
We're looking at the mage.
So he's not worried at all about this bell unit coming back. He's already taken a beating once, but it's coming back. Yeah, that's it. And when I shattered the one unit, he had to drop his token. So it's back there on the field.
Okay. So now the token count, the Black Orcs have 1, he's got nothing.
And I think this is either turn 4 or 5.
Well, you didn't take any picture of the dice, we wouldn't know.
Nah, it would be simple if I took a picture of the dice. So there you go. So this,
What's he doing?
I think this is turn 5, and he's getting desperate.
No!
So his little guy's charging the flank because he's like, well, I've got a charge and a flank. You've got, if I do a single wound, you've got 2 orcs and 2 boars fighting back.
But your BSB's in there, you can make way.
BSB, not to the flank.
Oh, not to the flank.
So BSB's there, but he can't get over there.
So you've got 2 banners and a rank?
I've got 2 banners and a rank, and he's got a charge and a flank.
So he's trying to get lucky.
That's all it comes down to.
Hope you whiff.
Yeah.
Hope he kills
Hope he kills 1 or 2, and then I whiff. Is what he's looking for. Because it's kind of rough at this point.
Yeah.
It's not in great shape. So they did that, and
what was that? Smite the Unbeliever?
And he put Smite the Unbeliever then he put Smite the Unbeliever on the orc unit.
Did he lower your toughness or your strength?
Lowered my toughness.
So he's going to try to hurt you.
3 orcs.
He's going to hurt you.
Yeah, because they only got a 4-up save.
And they have 2 attacks apiece, though, don't they?
Who, the orcs?
His guys.
His guys do. Paired weapons.
Oh, they're going to crush you.
Yes. It was bad. I was scared. But he only killed, he actually killed 3.
He killed 3 of them.
It was stupid. He killed 3 of me.
Yeah, and you stood.
And I stood.
And not only stood, but
I was
to turn. Oh, you're
steadfast. I was a rerollable 8.
Okay.
So I probably wasn't going anywhere, but it's a rollable 8.
I mean, it's a lot of points sitting there.
It is. So, but we're able to pivot and go back and look at him. And that's where that ended for that nonsense. And look at this. Turn 6.
There it is.
There was a die. Turn 6. He's still hammered. Killed like...
Oh, he killed a couple more.
Crushing me. But I killed him and I sent him running.
Oh, but he almost got him.
He was so angry.
Please tell me you got half points. He gave him down to a quarter at least.
Who?
The Boar Boys.
Yeah. There's only 3 of 15 left.
You started 15, that's it. At least he got half points. Good
He
job,
got
gutter
points
runners.
for him. Stupid gutter runners. Anyway. So they were, I mean, it's only a 300 and some point unit. I mean, it's a 400 point unit or something.
It's worth it.
Anyway. So he did that. The giant came forward, so he couldn't make a long charge into my iron orcs who are carrying the token. Because if he gets the iron orcs and smashes them, he can take my token from me.
Right.
And that way I won't get the objective.
Help it gets to the
help
goblins.
It made it into the goblins, but they're in their front. They're going to be
Yeah.
steadfast.
It's turned too late.
But they got that going for them. And I think that's it.
Are you chaffing him?
The giant's chaffing him. He can hit me and overrun, even if he rolls a 12 for an overrun and makes it to the iron orcs. We never fight the fight because it's bottom of 6.
Bottom 6.
So the iron orcs can't lose the banner.
So you're just on a sacrifice now.
I'm guaranteed the
objective.
Where if I didn't chaff him and he makes that really long charge, I mean, it's a long charge, but it's like if he rolls a 10 or something, he makes it.
Right, and then it's a tie on the objective.
And then if he beats me, then I don't get the objective, and we're close in points.
Right. Yeah, you've lost some stuff.
We're about to get a lot closer because these guys over here.
Oh, they dropped the general.
They shoot off. I was so much making fun of these stupid guys shooting at me. He's like, yeah, go ahead, shoot at me all day long, and he shoots me off.
Well, you said a 4 up 5 up.
I'm a 4 up 5 up.
Tough 6, but
4 up 5 up.
You got lucky. Oh man,
so annoying. And I think these might be the slings also. I don't forget what these guys had. The sling. They might have the slings that are strength 4, AP 1, or whatever at the short range.
They've got orc general killing abilities. That's what they got.
They do. They killed him, and they can't make their steadfast. They're only 6s. So.
Oh, so the goblins pop.
So the goblins pop.
It's got a lot closer in points.
It's got real close in points, and the
giant drops.
Falls off. So yeah.
Don't you miss that old giant falling template?
I do. They've got a new one in the giant book. If you take the orc giant has another attack. It's the belly flop attack. He runs forward and he jumps on the unit and does a 4x4 pattern of strength 5.
Oh, come on.
But then he drops to weapon skill 0.
Okay.
So you can hit him easily.
Sure.
But that's all, and he can't stomp or grind or anything like that.
Right.
But it's still
16 strength 5.
It's still pretty funny. I think it's strength 5. Anyway. So he kills all that. I couldn't do anything as stupid. Help hit abomination. It's just ugly.
Yeah, I mean you have no shooting.
It ends up being there.
Wow.
We end up being he won by 50 points.
Wow.
But it was a 10-10 and I had the objective.
Okay.
So
it turned out a real close game though at the end.
It was a close game at the end.
The sacrifices.
Yes.
Well, popping your general off too was a big deal.
Well, the general was huge. That was 700 points.
Yeah. That's a big swing
for that.
It's a big swing.
Killing over.
I mean, the goblins were super expensive, but
6 something.
It was enough.
Yeah. And the goblins are another 300 or 400 points, and it's just anyway. Everything went bad.
Turn 6 rally was real.
Turn 6 was big. You turned it around.
Well, yeah. Too bad. It's close.
It was close. But that's the Vermin swarm. Nasty little creatures.
Good job, orcs.
Don't like them. Anyway.
The book's cheesy. I'm trying to decipher all this.
I don't know that anything's overly broken in it.
Just by principle, it'll always be broken. And they could be the worst book ever made for 9th Age of all time, and I'd still call them cheesy.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I gave him half points for that orc unit. The Boar Boys. So he might have got another point out of me.
It's not enough to...
Might have been a 12-8. Now that I'm looking at it,
Well, you said that unit's not that expensive.
I forget what it was, but I mean, if nothing else, I mean, he won by 50, so that would have given him some extra points. I don't know if it would have been enough to matter.
Yeah, at this point, you've come this far in your pictures.
Oh, you might as well. There we go.
There he is. It's the big one, so another 230.
So he might have got 230, which might have pushed him to which actually would have pushed
280. So it's a 1280.
Would have been 11-9 to him, and flipped down to a 1280. Yep.
Yeah, it's still a victory for the.
Still an orc victory. Still an orcs
victory.
win.
Regardless.
Yes. So this is the third game I've played with this army,
And you like it.
and I like playing it. It pushes hard, and it hasn't lost yet. So I got that going for me.
It's a big deal.
It's only 3 games,
So
so I
when you go 0-5 at Buckeye,
If 0-5.
are you going to switch armies?
If I go 0-5, there's no way I'm playing this army again.
I want to hear it now. We're going to make this official. If you go 0-5
What?
with your orcs,
What's that mean?
you have to switch armies, and I get to pick what you play next.
You mean switch race or army list?
Race. And I get to pick
If I go 0-5?
between
Sure.
your available.
What do I
things.
get if I don't?
So if you go 5-0, you get to do something to be determined.
Let's do it 4-1
And 1-5.
and 1-4.
Okay. If you do either of those things,
If I get 4-1, I'm going to pick your army.
please don't make me play Empire or my dwarves.
And if I go 1-4, you pick my army.
I'm picking from Skaven. I'm
This
just
is for
saying now.
what is this for? The team army? The team
No.
tournament?
Oh no, not when it actually matters.
Oh.
I will make you suffer.
So when am I going to have to do this?
Whatever the next tournament
Next
is.
singles tournament?
Yeah. So that's what you're going to have to play at the next singles tournament. If you go 1-4.
Does the one day in Baltimore count?
No, it can't.
Because the one day in Baltimore is
It's
at the
not
end
enough.
of July.
It's not enough.
I don't know when.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll do it for that.
For the one day in Baltimore.
But
or
anyway,
the next tournament, singles tournament, because
Or
you
the
might
next
not go
singles
to
tournament.
it. You don't go to tournaments anymore, apparently.
that's the rumor.
Right?
That's the rumor.
All right, so you're on. We'll do that.
I'm picking your Skaven. You're gonna have to play those guys. Just so you know.
I don't. Yeah, I've got the models. I can do it.
I know you can. That's why you're gonna be stuck doing it.
All right. All right. That's gonna do it for now.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Good job, Pops.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me. It was fun.
I don't have a sign-off phrase yet.
I don't either.
Bye.